Foot down.
Oh, building up power.
Here we go.
Oh,
That
very gentle.
feels a bit gentle.
Very luxury.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on,
Oh,
come
it
on.
really builds at the top.
We did it. 0 to 100 in seconds.
No!
What? That makes no sense.
Toyota.
Done. What have you done?
This is my 2001 V12 Toyota Century, and this is the all-new G60 version of the Toyota Century. This one here is a lot newer. It's from 2018, and it is absolutely insane. I don't think it is entirely better than my G50, but I'm thinking about upgrading to this one here, the G60, so I think we better review it.
Let's have a look.
Okay, so let's talk about price. These things new in Japan right now, they're about $200,000 if you can get one, because they only make 50 every single month. So Jacob, very exclusive.
That's like 600 a year.
Yeah, really not very many. That's slightly more than they made of my V12 Century, which is about 400 a year. But if you want to buy one in Australia, they are a lot cheaper. They start at about 100,000 Australian dollars, and then they go up from there. This one here is actually owned by Justin Narayan of Cult and Classic. He is a legendary man who imports a bunch of cars through his dealership. He used to be a journalist, and now he is simply an avid car collector and seller.
He's absolutely JDM obsessed.
Yeah, JDM obsessed, but he can get cars from anywhere in the world. Anyway, I bought a few cars through him. Absolutely amazing. This one here is about 100 grand, so if you want to buy that, I'll leave his details down below. They literally have the coolest cars, including a Crown ambulance. Wait, check this out. This Crown ambulance even has its original stretcher.
That's for you later, mate.
That's crazy. Anyway, back to this thing. So yes, if you want to buy one of these, he's actually got two at the moment. I'll leave a link down below. Let's talk about the way this thing looks, man.
It looks epic. It looks grand.
It literally looks like a Rolls Royce. That's exactly what you think when you look at it. It really does look like a great evolution, I think, to my Toyota Century. Side by side, they look kind of similar, but this just feels a bit more grown up.
Yeah, definitely grown up in terms of size.
Yeah. In fact, in every way, it is a little bit bigger than my current Century, which is crazy because that is massive. That's a big car. But this is a bit taller, a bit wider, a bit longer. It has a slightly longer wheelbase as well. And it's got some really cool quirks and features, as Doug would say. So you have these really bright LED lights here, of course, LED turning signals with this really cool pattern on the inside of them, which is actually the same as the grille. I've never noticed this before, but you can see that the grille is like this slatted grille, but there's actually another grille behind it with this beautiful, I guess like lotus leaf pattern. I don't know how you would describe it, but really cool.
Really cool.
It also comes with an extendable pole, which is your guidance pole, just like I have on my Century, though I have to admit, it doesn't feel quite as nice. You do have your OHO badge there, just like I'm from Pokemon. Yes, it's a Phoenix.
Legendary Pokemon.
And a Century badge there as well. It is really quite similar to my Toyota Century. By the way, sad news, but I am actually selling my Toyota Century.
How could you?
Because...
Is it because you're buying this?
Maybe. We have some car reveals coming up soon. Down the bottom, you do have a very cool steel feeling anyway bumper. This thing is arguably a little bit softer than my generation of Toyota Century because of rules and regulations. Not everything can just be steel because you might kill someone. So anyway, there is that. Jacob, let's check outside. Okay, so coming to the side, you're gonna notice these 18-inch wheels. These are 2-inch bigger than before. A beautiful like aluminium. In fact, they look very similar.
Dude, they're exactly the same.
To the last Century, including the OHO right there, or is it HO-O?
It's HO-O.
No, it's OHO.
No, it's HO-O.
Let us know in the comment section below. Is it OHO or HO-O? Down the bottom, you have a bunch more metal look. I don't know if it's entirely real steel down there anymore, but it's cold to the touch.
It's very reflective.
Look at this beautiful line that now runs all the way to the bum.
Very rolly.
Very rolly. And this design here as well is so similar. So you get these nice door handles, and up front now you do get soft closed doors.
That's pretty cool. Keyless entry as well.
I will say the door handles don't feel quite as nice as the metal ones on my one. Just a little pickup. And also it's a bit of a shame now that they've moved these mirrors to the A-pillar. You could actually get them as standard up at the front, which is what my car has, or you could option them over here. Unfortunately though, it's just like that, which takes away a little bit.
It's a shame because the other mirrors, they just looked a bit cooler.
I think so, but you can let us know what you guys think. This is all brushed aluminium, feels very nice indeed. Look at this giant door. So they've extended it out. You very much feel like a chauffeur with this one. Very tinted privacy glass there as well. Oh, and of course, soft close at the back. naturally. You do have your little Century badge here. Now it says hybrid instead of V12, of course, because this is a V8 hybrid, but we'll come back to that. And a really beautiful and I think elegant design towards the back there too, man.
Definitely a lot curvier than your one.
I think so. Oh, and check out the bum on this thing. So again, they've really tried to pay homage to the previous generation. It does look quite similar side by side. They've kept this squarish design for the lights, but they've made them LED, so very nice and bright. You've also got a turn signal there as well. Century is still spelt out on the back, nice and proud. And again, you have your ho-oh or oh-ho, whatever it is, and a reverse camera there. No 360 camera.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect that at this price.
Interesting at this price point. Down the bottom, that feels like real steel. That feels quite nice indeed. So how do you get into the bum? Well, you just press a button here and you have a powered tailgate.
It's kind of like a gooseneck thing though.
It is a gooseneck thing, and you also get a enormous amount of space, to be honest.
Huge.
It's huge. Unfortunately, you can't put down the back seats. That's because there are some electronics back there, which we'll come to in a moment. And you still get, look at this, a little hanger.
Oh, but you don't get two.
No, you don't get two anymore. I guess you only need one towel in this thing. Also, the amount of carpet in here is insane. You lift up this false floor, and then you have another false floor to cover up some of your tire repair kit. So no spare wheel. Still, it is such a quiet place, and they have clearly paid a lot of attention to detail to making this thing whisper silent.
Dude, it looks so cool. I love it.
I love it, especially in this blue. Let us know what you guys think of the looks down in the comment section below. Do you like the way that this looks, the new G60, or do you prefer the looks of my G50? Let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, let's talk about the interior space now of the new Toyota Century, because it's unbelievable.
Dude, this is crazy.
It is insane. It feels actually the most different versus my Toyota Century. Whereas mine is, I would say, a bit more basic in its layout. You know, you get a nice wooden slab and some metal bits. This is literally just wood on wood on wood on wool.
Can I just say, I actually think that yours is almost like more authentically Japanese.
Ooh, that's a controversial thing to say. I have to agree with you, because you see some switchgear in here that's out of like a RAV4, like all this stuff here. It's very Toyota-esque. It shares it with cars that are far cheaper, even down to the stalks. They're out of like a RAV4. However, it is deafeningly quiet in here. Like sitting in here now, even with the door open, I feel like I'm in an anechoic chamber. It is so quiet, and you'll see that when we drive it. Obviously, soft touch materials everywhere.
It's lush.
You have wool interior, by the way. This is 100% wool, according to Toyota's website. And the benefit of that is its temperature regulation, which is the same as these seats. Now, the real spec, if you're gonna buy yourself a G60, you have to get the wool interior. You can option it with two different leathers, but don't do it. I've got wool in my G50 Century, and it is the best for temperature regulation.
It's so good.
Cold day, it's warm. Hot day, it's cool.
Yeah, and we literally just drove your G50 and we experienced like 3 different seasons in one day and we didn't even notice.
Oh man, like seriously. So these seats here, they are a beautiful wool. They feel fantastic. No pull down, so you can't rest your legs through.
Can I just say, apart from that, they actually look exactly the same as your one.
Exactly the same in almost every way, except there's no suspension in the seats now anymore. I'm finding some flaws. Of course, this is a chauffeur's car, so really you want to be the back left passenger, but you can, of course, move this seat from here as well if you want to, and get it out of the way for you. Pesky back seats, but we'll come back to that. Other things as well. So the steering wheel feels nice to hold in the hands. You have buttons here to control everything. It does come with adaptive cruise control. In fact, a whole safety suite. What do they call it? The P suite or something?
I'll take your word for it.
Something like that. Anyway, so yeah, this thing will avoid a crash better than my car, which wasn't the best at braking, if we're being totally honest. This screen here, it again feels very much like a Toyota display, especially from the time period. Now, whether you buy a 2018 or a 2025, they pretty much come all the same. So they all look almost identical on the interior. Not much has changed, which was the same story again with the previous Century, except now you have a hybrid screen, so I guess you can see that. You can press a button here and raise up the air suspension, because of course this thing does have airbags all round. Up in front of you, you have a little display. Again, it's very Toyota-esque. You can see enough information on it. It's essentially last generation technology.
Yeah, it looks like it's straight out of the old Camry.
Which I must say, like in my V12, it hasn't aged at all, but this just feels...
Doesn't it show like the old design is more timeless?
Honestly, it does. And of course, you saw some other cool features here, like this part here, which has air conditioning for the back. You have a bit of storage under here, which has the cool Lexus patented thing there. The glove box is an absolutely enormous size. Door bins are really big as well. And bro, I just love it.
But dude, I love the wood. Oh my God, what was that?
Oh. Oh, I'm finding a million ways to move it. Dude, yeah, the wood looks absolutely incredible, and you've got different types of wood as well.
And that's real wood as well. That's not fake. So every one of these will be unique.
Oh, look, they even still have the CD player.
Yeah, but you don't get the bloody cassette player.
No, you definitely don't get the cassette player. All right, let's check out the back seats.
Let's do it. Oh, what are you reading?
Oh, I'm just perusing my owner's manual, which happens to be a gorgeous book. Look at this. It gives me a nice little explainer of all the buttons. But it's in Japanese, so I can't read it. Okay, let's talk about the back. Okay, let's talk about the back seats. Now, like I said, you don't have this pull down thing like you do in the V12 Century, but what you can do instead is pull this thing down. Oh,
that's a meaty center seat.
You now get, you get ejected into the 21st century with this one, because you've got a little display here, and through here you can adjust this display, which isn't touchscreen. It's a 20-inch screen, but you can do things like change your FM radio, front and rear apparently, and you can do things like watch TV, which you can't actually do in Australia for some reason.
It's not Japanese TV.
It's not Japanese TV. Can you imagine? Ended up
get like Iron Chef or something?
Yeah, put something fun on this display for a moment. Now, you can do other things through this. For example, you can change your climate control through here. You can change where the air's coming from, because there's a bunch of different places to cool your stinky body. You've also got heated seats, which you can keep on auto.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's smart, dude. Look at this, wood, metal grating.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
No less than 20 speakers, by the way, in any Toyota Century. No less than 20 speakers. It is insane. You do have more wood here. Wool, like I said, leather, wood. Look at the door handle.
Oh, that is a proper Century door handle.
And by the way, the carpet extends from here all the way down to the bottom. This is the most luxurious car I've ever sat in.
That's actually probably true.
No, 100%.
And you've sat in the LX600.
Yeah, I've sat in some really nice cars. This feels the most luxurious.
Isn't this car based on the LX600?
The LS
600, sorry.
And we don't talk about it. It's a poorly kept secret, okay? So you can also control your seats here. So you can do things like, for example, you can tell this passenger to bye-bye.
And they have now been rubbish compacted.
Yeah, they've been yeeted into another dimension.
My God.
And that gives me a nice bit of space. I can stretch out. By the way, this little pocket here is to hold your umbrella. You didn't know. The seat's folding away, so not quite putting my feet through, but I'd say that's pretty good.
You can recline your chair though.
I can recline my chair. So,
what words need to be said?
This is a comfortable experience. I honestly do believe that my foot pass-through is more comfortable in my Toyota Century.
I agree, because you can fully recline.
Correct. You can literally lie down, but you can't do so here. You have a nice recline, but it's not quite the same.
Why can't we have nice things anymore?
If you, whoever did this, it's still a very nice place to be. Other cool features, by the way, you have a vanity mirror here with a really soft light. You look handsome today. Up here, you have another light. You've got another light here, which you can actually dim, which is just insane.
Mood lighting.
Look at this leather-wrapped grab handle that extends all the way through.
Oh, I just noticed the texture on the roof.
Yes, it's like almost the same as the grille. It feels absolutely fantastic. You've got wood up here, more speakers in the roof as well. By the way, under this wood panel, you have a couple of cup holders. Under here, you have a sushi tray.
No way.
You have a literal sushi tray, and then you can lift that up and you have, a nice bit of felt lining in there. No cassette player like in the V12 Century, but you do get a couple of USB-A ports and a couple of headphone jacks, so you can plug in headphones and not annoy the driver, I guess, because sometimes the driver does need something a bit special. Oh, I didn't mention massage.
Oh my God, there's 6 options as well.
Now, this is far better than the massage in my V12 Century, which is literal just vibration and makes you feel like you're
sick.
Yeah, you're a bit ill. But here, you put on refresh.
Do you feel refreshed yet?
You know what I feel like, Jacob?
What do you feel like?
I feel ethereal.
Do you feel like some sushi on your sushi tray?
Yeah, I do. Bring me. It's really cool. By the way, the screen turns off when you do that, so you don't damage it.
And you can focus on your sushi.
Lift that up. Got a little CD
Blu-ray.
player back here with Blu-ray as well. Under here, you have a nice little storage area, and then under this one, you get a 100-watt household socket, although it is
Japanese.
so keep that in mind. Oh, the carpet, dude.
Oh, that is some thick carpet.
I don't know, man, this thing is incredible. And one more thing for the discerning watch boys out there, nice little analog.
Is that a Grand Seiko?
Yeah, it's mechanical, bro. It's mechanical. No, I don't think so. Okay, so before we launch this thing, which we're about to do, I'm super excited. I did tell you about CarSauce Buy, otherwise I can't afford cars like this. So if you want to get the absolute best price on your next new car and you want cars that are actually in stock, just Google us CarSauce Buy. We are a totally free service for you because we charge the dealers a fixed fee. That's right, you win, dealers lose. Who doesn't love that? Thousands of you actually do love that apparently. And we will go in the hardest to get you the best price possible on any new car that you are looking for. So if that sounds good to you, and it definitely should, make sure you Google CarSauce Buy, or if you really want something used, Google Colton Classic.
Yeah, call our mate Justin, he'll help you out.
He will help you out with no haggling, because who the wants to haggle. That's why CarSauce Buy exists. All right, Jacob,
Let's bloody launch it.
Alrighty, friend. It's exciting times. We're about to launch the new Toyota Century, the G60.
The bloody V8, more on that later.
So we got in the V12, 0 to 100, 7.57 seconds.
And that's a very lethargic V12.
It feels lethargic.
This should be quite a bit faster, I would expect.
It has technically on paper about 50% more power. Not quite, but not far off. So we're going to launch it. I got the car in Sport S Plus mode.
Can we brake boost it?
We can brake boost it.
Let's bloody do it.
And you can fist me.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Foot down.
Oh, building up power.
Here we go.
Oh,
That
very gentle.
feels a bit gentle.
Very luxury.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on,
Oh,
come
it
on.
really builds at the top.
We did it.
Okay.
All right, do you want to know? Do you want to know the result?
Tell me the result.
0 to 100 in 8.33 seconds.
No.
Slower. It's slower.
No.
What? That makes no sense.
Toyota.
What have you done? And you know what? That was actually with a minus 0.74% gradient.
Oh, it had everything going for it.
Yeah.
A little disappointing, Toyota. All right, let's drive it normally.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, friend. As the weather has turned,
It's darkened a bit, I think.
it's time to drive this thing.
Let's drive the bloody Century.
Okay, so let's talk about what's under the bonnet. So it's a 5 litre, which is actually the same displacement as the V12 that came before it, but now we have a V8, and it's a hybrid V8. So what does the engine put out?
The engine puts out 280 kilowatts, which is already pretty healthy.
Very.
And it is mated to an electric motor which puts out 165 kilowatts of power. So combined, you get 317 kilowatts.
And we did say earlier that this shares a platform with the LS600H, but actually that's all-wheel drive. This is rear-wheel drive only.
It's a bit sketch.
So let's put the car into Sports Plus.
Sport S Plus.
We love that. We're gonna put our foot down.
It gives it to you in such a relaxed way, but God, is that powerful.
Yeah, this thing has, it's got some significant pace to it. It certainly feels way faster than my Century. But the interesting thing is that, like Jacob said, it does give it to you in a way that's still gentle, even in Sport S Plus, because it isn't the most inspiring transmission, I'll be honest with you. It's an eCVT. It's not quite a CVT. It's a planetary gear set, but all you really need to know is that it's fine.
It's fine. And you know what? There's no delay in downshift or anything like that because you do have an eCVT, so it's good enough.
It also brakes so much better. It's so much better.
Your one had such like a spongy brake feel. It just didn't brake when you wanted it to. This one actually feels more like a modern car.
Interestingly, even in Sport S Plus, it is still very comfortable. But if we put this thing into normal mode,
Air suspension.
Air suspension, and it constantly adjusts. It is very, very comfortable. I have to say one thing though, Jacob.
Say it.
The bigger wheels,
They make a difference.
they make a difference. This thing is a little bit noisier on the interior. Only a little bit, but a little bit noisier.
Yeah, I want to say maybe 10% more road noise than before. Obviously no wind noise. That just doesn't exist in this car. But yeah, a bit more road noise. And I feel a bit more of the perturbations through my buttocks.
God, you sound intelligent when you speak like that. Yes, but it's still like, I'm talking about incredible.
It's world-class refinement, world-class luxury. It's just the thing is, the car that we're comparing it against is a bit of a alien.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. A bit of a wild card when you compare it to a car that's 20 years newer, but this thing is still special. It's spectacular. You don't even notice the transmission. One of the reasons they use the eCVT is because it doesn't have any physical gears, so they can, well, they don't have to fake it in one of these. It feels like an EV almost when you're driving it around. Obviously, the biggest difference though, well, it's twofold. One is the fact that it's more fuel efficient. So they claim a fuel efficiency of like 8 litres per 100 kilometres, something like that.
Good luck getting that.
Yeah, it's far better. You're not going to get that, but you will get far better than in the V12. And I can see a little EV badge here, so that's another cool thing, is the fact that, yeah, this thing is a hybrid. It's a Toyota hybrid, and as a result, it is a little bit more efficient. Don't expect incredible efficiency. It's just better than before.
Of course, and of course, because it is a far newer car, of course you get more AEDT systems.
Yep.
It's much safer. You know, as a daily driver, you're probably a lot better off in a car like this.
In a crash, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
The other big thing as well is the fact that they actually changed the suspension in the rear from a double wishbone to a multi-link. So it's double wishbone up front, multi-link at the rear. They say it's better, but I'll be honest with you, maybe that double wishbone before was better, because I think that my one just is a bit more comfortable.
Those early 2000s bloody Toyota engineers were on something.
Yeah,
you know?
It doesn't corner as well as this, which is just better. And also the V8 here sounds magnificent.
Oh, man.
But there is something to be said. I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. I'm literally comparing the best car with the best car. Do you know what I mean? Like, this thing is incredible. I have such a big smile on my face. It is comfortable. It drives well. It looks great. What more could you want in
And
a car?
how lucky are we that we get to drive these cars? Like, thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
This is an epic experience. Like, this is a really, really cool car. If you guys want a super cool experience in a Japanese car or any imported car, this is definitely your guy.
Yeah, and thank you as well, because we wouldn't be doing this without you. Okay, let's get into our final thoughts.
Let's do it.
Okay, so should you buy the new G60 Toyota Century? Well, I feel quite qualified as a V12 Toyota Century owner. I feel qualified to say that in a lot of ways, this is not quite as value packed as this. 30 grand for this V12 with a lot of similar characteristics to the new Century. That is something to keep in mind. However, this thing here is a step up in pretty much every way.
I mean, it's what you'd expect for a car that's like 15 years newer.
Yeah, exactly right. It rides super well, about the same as this Century here, but its refinement is just as good. Its power is insanely good. It's a lot more efficient than this V12, which is terrible.
It's a thirsty boy.
It's a costly, thirsty boy. And the interior space, the technology, it makes it absolutely incredible. Everyone keeps breaking their neck at this Toyota Century, and I completely understand why. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you going to be picking up a new G60 Century? You're going to go for the V12. By the way, I'll link Carlton Classic down below if you want to buy either of these. They're both for sale.
Give Justin a call.
I'm really sad to sell my Century, but you never know. Maybe I'll upgrade to one of these.
One day.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.